All right. So here we are in the middle of the week. Oh, I was rolling my body again before you knocked on the door. So we'll get started. So welcome, welcome. You are at Michelle Star Yoga on Zoom. And we're going to be looking at fear around making mistakes, a confidence type thing. So we're going to be playing with that. We're not going to get too serious about it. So anyway, if you'll come into easy pose or half lotus or full lotus, however you want to sit for centering, we'll start to focus in. Just letting go of events and activities, coming into focus in the present moment in your sacred space and on your magic carpet. So press down in your sitting bones and reach up through the crown chakra. As you focus on your crown, allow it to open like a flower. And allow the energy to flow in through your crown. In case you weren't already, it's just a suggestion to help you tune in to the energy and the inspiration that comes. Your pranic tube goes straight down the center of your body. It's not the same as your kundalini, that's inside your spine. This is in the center of your body, and it's a tube where the energy flows both directions as part of the torus. Letting the energy flow down into the earth, collecting some crystalline energy from the grid, some earth energy, and bringing it back up your pranic tube, out the top of your head, and then bring it back in, but just come to the center of your head where your pituitary and your pineal glands are, and then take it out through your forehead, your third eye. So as you breathe in, bring the energy into the center of your head, exhale it out through the center of your forehead, and just, that's a nice way to cleanse your pineal gland because it can become calcified through different heavy metals around. Eat your blueberries. Those are good for your third eye. Breathe in through the top of your head, out through your forehead. And then notice the pace of your breath, the pattern that you're breathing. Either the inhale or the exhale might be a different length. And check in on your nervous system with all that's going on. Sometimes we can become emotional without even recognizing it. And that's okay. It's probably going to come up at some time anyway. But it's nice to do it in a controlled environment where it's safe and you can freely experience the emotion or the nerves, whatever your nervous system is generating. And certainly come in to notice your physical body, muscles and joints, maybe even organs, any sensations you notice in your body, pain, tightness, inflammation. Sometimes posture changes if we're tired or if we're out of alignment. And just bring palms into Anjali Mudra and we'll attune to breath, breathing and moving with the breath. So inhale as you lift, exhale out. A nice cleansing circle for your sacred space, your torus, your aura. And one more circle. All right. And then just open your eyes. You know, they say meditation is good for your memory. So as we were centering, the woman's name came to me that I was telling you about, these pulsing exercises like the arm one that we're going to be doing. And the course is called Callenetics, and it was designed by Callen Pinkney, who was a ballerina. Although before that, she was, I think she was in the Peace Corps in Africa or some tropical country, and um, she came down with a disease that made it really difficult for her to walk. So when she got back to the States, she started taking ballet and she did become proficient and she did perform ballet. And then she designed this program called Callenetics. So we'll do that sometime, but today just the arms. Well, maybe one other one because it's for the hips and it's all of it's highly beneficial. So, but let's come up into standing and do some warming up. If you even need it, if you've been outside, you probably don't. All right, just separate your feet. Let's start with a standing twist, just something easy and feel good. Just be mindful of your spine and watch for any challenges. And then bring your feet back into center. And just feet hip width apart, hands on your hips. Take in a deep breath. We'll just do some knee bends. So start with your breath. Exhale, bend your knees, but keep them over the center line of your foot and come up onto your toes and down. So bending and lifting, bending and lifting. So one of the things that we do in yoga is maintain awareness of the present moment and what our feelings are as we move through our poses. Sometimes we can judge ourselves a little bit harshly if we're quote unquote failing or not achieving what we want. But if you look at it as a sense of play, it is a discipline. But if you approach it from a sense of play, then the pressure's off. So we don't have to be worried about anything, no expectation in yoga, just a direction that we're heading. Okay, so let's just breathe a deep breath and lift up, arms overhead, reach, and reach again, and reach. Now bend your knees and lift up. Whoops, the ceiling is there. I can cheat here. And bend. I'll just bring my hands down. Now reach and see if you can hold on the balls of your feet. And one way to assist that is to bring your ankles closer together so that your ankles are over the center line or over the first and second toes. Okay. So lift up and bend and lift. You can also isometrically pull the balls of your feet in towards each other. Firm legs, hips are engaged. So if your ankles go out to the side, that's called sickling, and that weakens your ankles. So you want to strengthen them. Okay, so with knees and thighs, just bring in one knee, then the other. Bring them in nice and close. This is excellent for your low back. And then we're going to take it out to the side and down. Oops, up and over, up and over. Just loosening up in the hip joints. Okay, so bringing your hands behind your head, coming into center. We're just going to take one knee out to the side. You can start with your left and bring your elbow down and lift. Bring your elbow towards your knee as you lift. It doesn't have to touch, just come in close. All right, and we'll switch to the other side. So you're getting a little side stretch and a little warm up in your waist as well. Two more, one and two. All right, so from here, we will go side to side. So one side, other side. Once more each side. All right, release your arms and circle around in your shoulders. And reverse. Breathe as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Okay, elbows just bending. Swing your arms. And then down into your wrists. And reverse. And bring the energy all the way down to your fingertips as you squeeze and stretch. Okay, so let's work with our thighs a little bit here, stretching. So if you need to hold on to something, that's fine. If you can lift one foot and pull the heel back up to your hip, stretch the knee down and back. You can press your hip bone forward too. That will give you a little extra stretch. Now optional is dancer's pose. Lift the other arm and reach up with your back leg, lifting with your arm and pressing back in the shoulder. Whoops. Here we go. Press your foot into your hand. Arch your back. Keep pulling your shoulder back. Lift, 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 and release. Other side. We haven't done this in a while, so just stretching your thigh first. Natarajasan. Dancer's pose will be optional. Focus on a spot. This is a balancing pose, so you want to focus on a spot and notice how you're feeling as you work with it. So you bring your hand around to the inside of your arch and lift the opposite arm. Press back to create that fulcrum into your dancer's pose. So here I am dancing around in dancer's pose, right? I see somebody else dancing. Sometimes one leg is stronger than the other and can hold a little more easily. Just keep working with it and lift. All right, good job. How about a swan dive? So breathing arms up overhead, reach. Deep breath, open, swan dive. Stretching the back of our legs. And let's come back up, arms overhead, breathe. And exhale back down. Come in a little closer. And arms up overhead. Reach. This time, I'm going to turn sideways. Engage hips and thighs. Lift your kneecaps. Reach up. Shoulder blades are pulling down. And just arch to the back. Lift in your sternum. Reach it up like somebody's pulling a string. And reach. You can let your hips press forward. Lengthen in your spine so you're not grinding anything. And then press forward Open your arms out and swan dive. You can soften your knees here to stretch your back. And let's take that one more time. Arms out to the side. Push the floor away. Lift, breathe, reach, and engage the hips so you protect your low back and stretch long, creating like a banana shape, okay? And just go to the back. Open, press down on your feet, lift your fingertips up. Open and exhale down. Soften your knees, stretch your back. Come to one side. Pull away from your hip with your shoulder, the front shoulder, and just walk your hands around to the other side. Okay. And then lift back up. Bring the shoulders up to your ears, back and down. Good. All right. Now, the Callenetics for the arms, which helps to tone up the whole arm really, but it really helps to sculpt. It's a sculpting type of toning. So your arms, I never used to have any indentation there, but since I've done this, it's been since 2002, I think. So to practice the exercise, bring your arms out, palms down, and rotate in your shoulders so that your thumbs go to the back. Your palms will face the back wall. Now bring your arms around, keep them up as high as you can as you bring them as close as you can. Okay, so the closer you bring them in, they're probably going to come down a little farther because we start out here and it's pretty tough to keep them that high. So you can determine if you want them in closer and a little bit lower. You might sacrifice a little bit of that, or you can either way. Keep lifting and then pull into your maximum stretch here. Pull together, thumbs towards each other. You're still rotated from the shoulder. Press in and then pulse. But you're not coming in and out. It's not like this. It's pulse, 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 pulse. It's a natural reaction to come out a little bit, but you're pressing in, 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 in. Arms are straight. Keep rotating. Head can be chin towards your chest or lifted, whatever's comfortable for you. So you work up 25 of these maybe pulses, 50, 75, work up to 100. Do this 3 times a week and it really helps tone your arms. You can probably feel it in your shoulders. Your trapezius muscles get some workout here. And then when you're done, let them out. And then, I don't know if you noticed your tricep muscles during that, but if you don't stretch them out, you'll be sore tomorrow. So just bring your right arm up next to your ear, bend your elbow, like your hand's right behind you. Grab that elbow. If you can get it behind your head to open the shoulder, fine. If not, just wherever it'll come to. Press down on your feet. Feet are separated hip width. Taking your breath. Exhale over to the side and stretch that arm. So you press your head back against your arm and stretch over to the side. So you're getting a nice side stretch too. Press down in your feet and roll up. And then lift your left arm. Just switch sides. Hold on to that elbow. See if you can get it over a little more behind your head. See how it compares to the first side. And reach up through that elbow, through your crown. Deep breath, up and over to the side. And press down on your feet and roll back up. And let your arms come down. And just swing them a little bit. Shake them out. Loosen it up. Okay. So legs. We stretched our thighs. So just bring your right foot forward. Step your left leg back. And press your heel away. You're in warrior one legs alignment. Just bring your hands on your hips and stretch out in your heel. Pull your heel towards the floor. Front knee is bent over the toes and over the ankle. And then lift up onto the toes on the back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch your calf. Inhale. Lift. Exhale down. And you'll probably feel the stretch in your psoas muscles as well. Stay lifted in your chest. All right, and then stretch your heel towards the floor. Oh, Confi came to help out. He's checking my alignment. He was so scared in the storm the other day. He stayed in the basement the whole day. Okay, bring your elbows a little closer and back. Lift your chest and just lean back a little bit. Lift up and back. All right, come to center. Bring palms together and we'll come into a prayer twist. Okay, so just bringing your left elbow outside your right leg. Coming forward. Press. Now just bring your palms down onto the floor. Either side of your foot. Step it back and step both feet back. And we'll come into a plank here for a little break from warrior one. So engage kneecaps and thighs, hips, lengthen. To assist your wrists, just press the inner knuckles on the palm side of your knuckles. Press them down and that releases some of the flexion in your wrist. All right, and then just bring your left foot in and lift back up into warrior one legs. Get your stability, hands on your hips, and then lift the back foot, lift your heel, and press it down. Breathe it up. Exhale down. Okay, hold that thought. Go on into your prayer twist. I have to take him. He's chewing on the Ethernet cord. Sorry. We'll have to take him up. I didn't know he was downstairs. My apologies. Just go into your warrior prayer twist on the other side. There we go. Okay, so if you've already done your prayer twist, maybe you're ready to come out. So just bring both palms onto the floor next to your foot, press back into plank. And to work the arms once again, some mini push-ups or however deep you want to go in your push-ups. Just a few, whatever's right for you today. And then back into plank. And become aware of your heels. Pull them down towards the floor, and that'll draw you right back into your downward facing dog. Stretch out your arms. All right. And then let's come into our up dog. So passing through plank, bring the tops of your feet onto the floor. Bring your chest through. Legs are off the floor because they're engaged. Lift. And then let your knees down and pull back into puppy stretch. And then pull back. Bring your hips down onto your heels. Child's pose. Balasana. And then palms next to your knees, just come up sitting. Now we're going to sit in swastika for a moment. I'll show you one of these Callenetics exercises that are so excellent for the hips, okay, for toning, for loosening. So just bring your right leg out and sit in swastika. So both knees are bent. You roll the back hip forward. So here comes the challenge, or part of it, okay? So lift this back leg, see if you can get it parallel to the floor, I don't know if you can see with these loose pants on or not. So you want to lift as high as you can, bring it parallel to the floor, and then face forward. And then hold there in tiny, tiny pulses. So stay lifted and pulse front to back. But it's very tiny movement. The idea is to engage the muscle and keep it engaged. So keeping the leg up. And then let it down. Switch sides. So you're just sitting on the one hip. The other hip does come up. Lift the leg. So if possible, parallel to the floor. Okay, then turn and face the bent knee, and you're just going to pulse forward and back, tiny pulses. It's kind of like you have to find the right muscles to move this way. And then release. Now, after all that, we need to do a stretch for the hips. So I think a 4 square would be a good idea here. So bring your right knee in, left knee on top, flex the left foot, both sitting bones on the floor. Lift through your crown. Breathe. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping a straight spine. So you're using the bend in your hips as you lower down. Work with your breath. So breathe a long breath through the crown. Exhale and lower down over your leg. So the exhale is the ideal place to stretch. Now gently lift up. We haven't really gotten a twist except for our standing twist. So bring your right hand on the top of your left thigh. Bring your left arm around back. Lift up in center. Breathe. Exhale and use your arms to draw you into a twist from the 4 square. You should be okay because you're twisting in your spine, not your hips. Slowly unwind. Just sit back on your sitting bones, switch your legs. So the most intense stretch in this position is when you have both legs parallel. And it just depends on how loosened up you are and how your hips are doing. But just reach up through your crown, breathe. Exhale, hinge forward in your hips. Each exhale, your body will relax a little bit more. Remember to flex your right foot. Gently lift back up, and we'll come into our twist. Opposite hand on opposite knee. Lift up, breathe, and press yourself into your twist. Look over your shoulder. A delicious twist in a yummy four-square. Slowly unwind. Stretch out your legs. Roll your body side to side. You might even feel limp at this point. So let yourself lower down onto your back for Shavasana. Palms up. Roll your hips under, roll your shoulder blades under. It helps a little bit to bend your elbows so that your shoulders can open up. Let your back melt down onto the floor. Let your hips relax, those psoas muscles inside your hip bones. They get so tired sometimes. Let them completely relax, soften, open. Let it all go. Go deeper and deeper into your relaxation. Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Bringing back with you, with your awareness, the deep peacefulness that resides always inside of you. Feeling it, knowing it, loving it. Starting to bring some little moves into your body, coming back. Just take your head side to side. Bring some movement into your hands, your feet and ankles. Lift your knees to your chest. Pull them in close and wrap your arms around, loving your legs for all the work they do for you. It's a lot. And then roll to one side and press into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra, whatever suits you in this moment. Sealing in the benefits, the energy of your practice, and allowing yourself to make mistakes, to love yourself in spite of any perceived mistakes. And then bring your palms into Anjali Mudra. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May the awareness of your peacefulness be in the forefront of your mind. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. You have a beautiful voice, and thank you for singing to us.
Oh, thank you.
Love it. It's always a treat.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Really nice. Really nice.